ladies and gentlemen, sorry about had to let that whip appeal cut off early because you know in the building I had some folks that got real whip appeal, like that Memphis whip appeal, and this is going to be the best one because I'm saving the best for last. But I gotta let y'all know why this particular interview is happening. So the last couple of days, y'all, I've been trying to get as much people on and some quality folks on, some people that's really about the business, right? So I had a PR agent on or a PR person who was really about that work, right? And then I had Cynthia Daniels on, and we all know what's up with Cynthia Daniels. So then my sister, who my brother Carlos Brody, his lovely wife, inboxed me. It was like, bro John, you doing X, Y, and Z. You might need to think about this person. And because this my sister, I hear with a different ear when she told me instead of why you say her or what this person doing or what. I already know if she bringing me something, the answer was already yes. We wanted to get the specifics out. So then his wife was like, okay, well, look, I'm going to check on her. We going to confirm it. I said, well, what about tomorrow? Because I had the brother talking about money. Then I had the brother talking about the UFOs. And now we're going to end it up with somebody who it's International Women's Month or History Month. It's only right. So when she told me, well, Brother John, if I confirm, I'm like, yo, tomorrow? She said, yes, we good. So this is why we here. I got to thank Angela Brody for making this happen. Because if it was not for her or the thought, Carly, to say, yo, what about if you have our sister on? And some people, sweet. Everybody don't get that treatment because they be trying to have me folks on that fry fish for they fish fry. Grandma's selling pancakes on Saturday. Like, come on now, how is that uplifting the people? But Angela, I want to take the time to say thank you for bringing this to my attention. And, it's only right that we keep lifting up our own people here in the city because I'm tired of hearing that we got to bring celebrities into the city. We got celebrities already here. So I thank you. I'm personally thanking you for making. Thank you for having the thought.
I appreciate you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Brody is in the house as well. And y'all know the brother. We got extensive history, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first brother I met when I moved to Memphis back in '87. We hit it all from the jump. We used to rap. We used to dance. We used to do parties. We used to do it all. And we still here together kicking it, right? But Los, I want you to introduce Carly because what she has done may have, I don't want to say reignited, but may have created something in you to help the city like you wanted to help in years past. But we know how the city folks be acting when somebody want to come back and help.
Right.
And they were like, what's my cut or what I'm going to get out of this? Right. And you just want to help the young folks.
That's right.
So could you introduce Miss Carly? Because I want you, because you know what I'm saying.
I know
it's
what
only
you're saying,
right.
brother.
It's only right.
I got you, brother.
All right.
All right. So Miss Carly McCullough is a Renaissance woman, right? And that's the perfect word. Listen, she has the restaurant, she has the law firm,
right?
She has the record company, which is why I'm here and what we do together. But the dream started 20 years ago.
20 years ago?
20 years ago. She
in the 20 years in the making?
Yes.
Wow.
She said, hey, I got this idea, and when I'm ready, I'm going to come get you, but I want to do a company.
She said it 20 years ago?
20 years ago.
You had an idea 20 years ago?
Yes.
Okay.
So, part of my introduction. So when she called me and said, hey, I'm ready. Are you ready? I was like, She's like, listen, you got to be ready. I got you. I got this idea. My idea I was telling you about 20 years ago. The company is called Bluff City Records, and I want to do it this way, right?
This way.
Yes.
Yeah, that said a lot just by saying it just like that.
Yeah.
Right.
We know we got a lot of foolishness going on.
We do.
But we want to have quality artists, good artists. They could be rap artists, R&B artists, blues artists, whatever. Just a good vibe and good people that's willing to work with us. Right. So this is the backing that everybody was talking about they needed. With your video, your promotion, your marketing. Like, you got somebody that's willing to front and back you.
Right.
But you have to do your part.
Oh, yeah. You got to do your part now.
You got to do your part.
Bring something to, because, women want you to bring something to the table now. You can't just be sitting up at the table fronting.
But see, I'm glad you said that, because most artists want to sit back and say, hey, I'm signed, and that's it, and think that's all you got to do.
Oh, no.
Nah, you got to put in some work.
Right.
So you got an A1 producer and you got an A1 executive producer that's willing to go the distance.
Wow.
So with that said, may I introduce Miss Carleen McCullough?
See, I couldn't have did that. I couldn't. But the spirit said, "Shut up, John. Let Carlos do that." I promise you, that's how I listen.
Yes. Smart man.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Well, ma'am, you a busy woman.
Yes.
I see why Ann was like, John, she like you. It's like y'all be working.
Yes.
But Carlos brings up something, and you know how some people they'll say something 20 years ago, and then that dream dies, right? And I want to start with that since he brought it up. What was the timing when you said that? Like, what was going on to make you even put that in the atmosphere?
I think we were neighbors back in the day. We were neighbors, and I was working with the city of Memphis, but Mayor Harrington at the time always allowed me to have my own firm outside of working for city of Memphis, and one of my areas was entertainment. So I'd gone to law school in Los Angeles, California, and so bitten by that entertainment bug, when I came to Memphis, I was observant of the fact that we didn't really have the presence, I believe, in the industry that we should have. We've always had the talent here, but a part of my firm was reviewing bad contracts. Back then, reviewing bad contracts, getting people out of horrible situations. And I was like, man, we've had some great labels here, but none that have just risen, to the top. Of course, you have your Gottis who, are doing their thing right now. And then you've got Moneybagg Yo's and, in the hip hop vein as well. But we wanted to create an atmosphere that was multi-genre, where you didn't have to necessarily be in hip hop in order to win, to have the support that you needed. And we've had folks who have gone on American Idol, The Four, all of those competitions.
Go ahead and stunt on us. Go ahead.
They've gone on all of these shows, and then when they come back home, there's no landing spot for them. And we wanted to create, hopefully, that spot where they don't have to leave Memphis. They don't have to go to New York or Nashville or Atlanta in order to have some support behind them, and some real support, not just monies being thrown at them, but in addition to the money, some guidance with some folks that know paperwork, that know the industry. You've got a superstar right here.
That's
and
right.
Memphis,
he is a superstar, ladies and gentlemen. She said he's a superstar. He is.
Absolutely. He is a superstar, and I don't believe that Memphis really knows or appreciates what we have here.
Did you hear what she said? That's what I'm. Finally, somebody else said it other than myself and Kavon J and his wife.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
So I get highly upset when I have my artists and they don't appreciate when their studio time set up and they're a no show, or they're disrespectful.
That's
when we have greatness here who's willing to share his experience and his knowledge and the gifts that the good Lord gave him, and he's sharing that with these folks, and they're not appreciative of it. When that occurs, I'm like, okay.
You're done.
Done.
I got to chime in because I remember when I had, and Carlos remember, we wanted to have a beat camp. This was several years, 2016, I believe,
Right,
2016.
Yep.
That's what, 8 years ago.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I had to pitch it to people.
Mm.
I had to say, yo, Platinum, he worked with XYZ, all
Yes.
this stuff. That still wasn't good enough.
No.
Yeah.
And the brother was coming, he was going to do it for the love.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
imagine somebody of this stature
Yes.
working with our children
Yes.
back then,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it came up, well, students can't have an F if they want to attend the camp. Carlos said, hold up, I made Fs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what I look like
Yeah.
only working with the straight A's. Matter of fact, I may prefer the
Right.
students
Yes.
that's not making those good grades.
Absolutely.
So after the fact, we had parents say, he's my witness,
Mm-hmm.
I had a child that would never get up on their own for school.
Mm.
But for this camp, mama, come on, we got to go.
Yes.
So when I
Yes.
hear stories like that, and y'all
Yeah.
know,
That's right.
that means it's something there.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's people in the city
Yes.
that take people like Carlos and others that have all this talent,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to say, well, what has he done lately, or what is this and what is that? No. Respect the work that he put in and all the stars that he helped make,
Absolutely.
Gotti included. And I don't
Absolutely.
care who upset mad. If y'all talk to
real.
Carlos, let them know how Carlos affected Gotti's career. So I'm so glad you said, because it needed to be said. We said it amongst each other, but when somebody else says it,
Oh, yeah.
it hits a little different.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm sorry, I
absolutely.
just had
Yeah,
to.
no,
I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but
no,
you know,
no,
the
you're-
spirit said say
you're
something.
very right. You're very right. I mean, and I'm
Spirit.
so
Spirit,
yeah,
right.
yeah, and I'm just so appreciative that Angela lends her husband to this project, and they are of one mind and one accord,
That's right.
and to have them come back to Memphis, and to participate and be a part of helping this thing move forward, and it's just a wonderful thing, and I'm super appreciative of them, so thank you all.
So so it's official now.
Yes.
So it's open. So
Yes. Mm-hmm.
now we got a lot of artists or want to be rappers and
Yes,
singers, and
and
all
we
that good
want
stuff.
them. We
And you
want
all want them.
we want the ones that we don't want them all. no.
Wait,
No.
disclaimer. Let's
We don't
be
want 'em.
clear.
No, we don't want 'em. But we are multi-genre, so we want, if they're in gospel, if they are, R&B, if they're hip hop, if they're, EDM, whatever their genre is, we want to meet them there. If they're country, we want to meet them. But we want them to, one, have talent. Okay, that's a must. But
Okay.
we want them to have work ethic. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We want them to have work ethic.
Say it
That
Yeah.
gentleman that you mentioned that was
Look in that camera and say that again. Say
work
that.
ethic.
Work ethic. Yes,
work
right.
ethic. That gentleman that you were talking about that was telling his parents, "Oh, I got to get up. I got to get there." He was determined and he was focused.
That's right.
That's what
That's
we
right.
want. We want someone who's focused. We want somebody who wants it. We want someone who's going to go the extra mile. We're putting people in a safe environment.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
The
okay.
entertainment industry, we know there's a yuck factor to it.
Yes.
There is a yuck factor. And
like
so
that,
with that,
I know that.
with that, this is a label that's helmed by a female who is ultra sensitive to that. Okay.
ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
so we are making sure that we place these babies and these young adults in a safe environment where they don't have to participate with the yuck factor. As a matter of fact, if I hear about it, it's going to be a problem. Okay.
right.
And so we want super talent. We want work ethic. We want honor. Okay.
Wow.
We want honor.
You
We
hitting
want
with some
someone
different
who's honorable. Okay.
Okay.
Because we've had scenarios where we gave people an opportunity and they did some underhanded things. Okay. And that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It's not tolerated. Okay. So where we invest in music and videos and then they want to take it and put it out on their own outside of the label, and that's a no-go, okay?
Right.
And then act like, oh, what happened? No, you know what you did.
You know what you did.
You know what you did, you
Mhm.
know, and that's a no-go. So you're taking super advantage of a huge opportunity that you have, and you're taking the wrong advantage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask this to Angela. You have a son that's in the music game, right? And you hear somebody say this. If you didn't know her,
Right.
and you hear this, because I want these mothers and fathers to hear how important what she said, especially in the climate of the music industry. You hear something like that. How does that make you feel when you got a son that wants to get in there and make it, and you hear a safe space and making sure your contracts is on point and honorable? She's hitting us with words that a lot of these young folks not even familiar with.
Yeah.
But if she's coming in the door with that, as a mother, how does that make you feel?
Oh man, I love it. And as a matter of fact, I know that
She like, boy, you keep pushing that thing, you knock my Sprite
Right.
over if you want. It's gonna
I
be a
know-
problem.
Right. I know what Carly brings to the table for Memphis. It's progressive. It's forward thinking. I love it. As far as my son, he's met Carly. Great artist, great talent, great music. My thing, even with that, with a lot of things, because I don't play by him, but he's not ready.
He's
Because
not
there's
ready.
some things that he may be missing that I won't bring to her until he gets
Whoa.
ready. You know, so even now, like she said before, she's had some artists that's come in, and you know, people present what they have, and people tend to say this is what they want to do.
Mhm.
I don't know nobody eat, sleep, and breathe music other than Carlos Brody.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, yeah,
We've
yes,
been together
yes.
for a long time,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
that's his thing. He don't play about it. If you say get up, let's do it, you know. But people say they want to do it, and they think it's an overnight thing. It doesn't happen overnight, and you got to be willing to put in the hard work and cultivate it, you know. And if it's a dream of yours, you gonna work for it,
Right.
you know. But this is something that Memphis definitely needed. It's refreshing. I was not in Memphis when she said, "Oh, yeah, okay, y'all come back." Still a little skeptical.
Wait. Y'all was out of town when now 20 years later, now she like, let's go, and y'all wasn't in the city. And so that's
Well, what happens is when all of the things that she wants out of a person, that's what she gives.
gotcha.
You know, so when somebody come to me like that, and I know what she possessed, and then I was like, okay, you know, she
It
about
clicked.
this. She said, yeah, it clicked. And you know, my prayer for a long time has been, because of the yuck factor of the music business. You know, with my husband, I've seen a lot of dirty, you know, but it is what it is. It's the music business, you know, and even now, we see a lot that's going on, and everything is glamorized, you know, but it's still so much missing, and the contracts ain't right, and the money that people think people get, and a lot of people ain't even getting the dollars that they say they get, you know, but for sure, it's worth it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, before I get back to Carlos, I got to bring this up to you because the music game has changed
Yes.
with the advent of streaming.
Yes.
All right?
I hate them.
Now, I just heard this morning Joe Budden said a lot of these streaming numbers, they lying.
Yes.
He said that.
Yes.
And when it caught my ear because everybody's saying streaming this many million, this X, Y, and Z. He was like, they lying. So coming into the game and getting back into this music industry, you came from the era when it was the golden era.
Yes.
You worked with Biggie, Jay-Z, all the top folks that's still popping now.
Right.
You touched them in some shape, form, or fashion.
That's right.
How do you take that and as Carly come to you now with all that wisdom and knowledge that you have, with all this streaming and all these 360 deals, all these funny contracts,
Right.
how do you merge all that you've been through to kind of reinvent yourself to be a dominant force here in 2024?
That's a great question. I'm not sure how to answer. For one, I hate streams, and I hate them because of the fact that the money is different. The money is 1/10 of a cent.
1/10 of a cent.
So if
It's a tenth of a cent.
I have no idea, but when you're used to getting, let's say you're used to getting.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah.
So if it's one, it's not 1 cent.
No, it's a tenth of 1 cent.
So it's 10 tenths to make 1 cent.
1 cent. So, for instance, the numbers are like for every 150,000 streams on an album,
Okay.
it equals to about $1,400.
Okay.
Versus when you used to sell 100,000 units,
Shoot.
right?
Right.
At let's say $5 a unit,
Mm-hmm.
you can do the math.
Right.
But now, if you stream 100,000 units, you're barely making $1,500.
I mean, these record companies is getting over hand over fist.
Yes, but I can't figure out who came up with these numbers, who did this math, and why do we all have to agree with it? So it's never been a round table to say,
Carly,
hey,
they never invited you to these tables?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay,
Not at all.
okay.
never been a round table to say, hey, this streaming thing is going on, and these are the numbers. Do you agree or disagree? We never had that agreement. It's kind of like a thing they just threw on us and said, hey, this is what it is,
Right.
and this is what they're worth, right?
Wow.
It's the same. Remember Napster?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
killed the game. Came
Yes,
in. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And they sued them, right?
Right.
Shut them down.
Shut them down.
And then introduced Apple Music,
That's right.
doing the same thing. he did.
Same exact thing.
Yes.
Apple Music don't pay producer and producer writer royalties.
What?
No,
This is actual fact.
actual facts. Tidal introduced a program or a tier on their platform to whereas you can pay an extra $20, $30, and that extra $20, $30 goes to pay producers and writers.
Wow.
It's an actual tier on their platform that you can get. If you subscribe to that particular tier, that part of that money goes to pay the producer.
Ooh, so they want you to go to a whole different tier instead of that
That
$14.99.
exactly.
I can get my whole family on for
Right.
$15.
Exactly.
They got to
They
go
got
to
another
a whole,
one that pays out the producers and writers. Now, Eminem sued Apple Music to get it was some type of class action they did, and they got and they paid because at first they wasn't paying artist royalties either.
Wow.
So now they pay artist royalty, but they don't pay producer writer royalties. So
Right.
We,
Wow.
we may have to get one in to get them to come to the table.
Wow. That's amazing.
And this is a big discussion that's happening behind the scenes that nobody is actually talking about. You know, a lot of artists are talking about this. Snoop, Royce was mentioning it. It's like, who came up with these numbers?
Wow.
You got 1 billion streams and you barely making $1 million. It makes
the
no
math
sense.
Don't add up.
Math
Yeah.
ain't math.
Math ain't math. So Carly, now you being a powerful attorney and you know these weak whack contracts,
Yes.
and you hear that,
Mm-hmm.
but you know how these deals are being done, and you know we're not at the table for these deals.
Sure.
How can you leverage this new record label to where you can educate these artists as well as Ms. Ann was talking about? Like, she's trying to prepare her son to even bring to you. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine somebody get her son, oh yeah, we can get this. If you get 1 million streams, we're going to buy you a car, then we're going to buy you a house, then we're going to fly you. And we know all that is money adding up that they're going to have to recoup later.
Sure.
But if they don't have a mother like Ann or somebody like you at the table, they'll be got.
Sure.
It would have been got. So how are you going to, the plan, or if it's a secret, you don't have to tell us, but with all that information that Carlos and Ann just shared, how do you leverage that in the record industry right now?
Well, what Carlos hit on when he said Napster, and of course, you know, you're familiar with that, that changed the whole industry, okay? It turned it on its head, and then the record labels had to say, holy cow, what are we going to do? Because now our structure doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work. The old model doesn't work. So then that's when they came with the 360 deal, okay? And
Can you give an example of that?
Sure. A 360 deal, of course, is a perfect circle.
Okay.
And so basically that means that instead of the old school record deals of getting paid just on the record sales, okay, that's what an old deal looked like.
With
Strictly
sales.
record sales,
Okay.
okay? Now, 360, we want to get paid in everywhere you're going to get paid. So we want a piece of publishing, we want a piece of merchandising, we want a piece of your performance, you know, fees. And so their philosophy, their position was that, hey, without us making you famous, you would not have an opportunity to take advantage of these other opportunities. So therefore, we need a piece of that. And I don't necessarily disagree with it, okay? But where the problem comes in is when the percentages are off.
They go
Okay,
those numbers
they're the
again.
numbers. Okay, when the percentages are off, that's when you have a major problem. Okay, because the 360 deal is not going anywhere. It's here to stay for the most part, because where is a record store now? Where can you go? Boss Ugly Bob's is gone, and it's been gone for a while, and it's never come back.
Right.
You know, so where can you go? Even the big box stores, their records,
small
you know,
little
they're
section.
they're getting smaller and smaller for all of the records and you know, music that we have releasing. Most kids these days, they've never even seen a record player.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
you know, you can talk about a CD, but they don't know what a record looks like.
Right.
They don't know what a CD looks like right now. They just don't know.
Right.
And so with that, nobody's purchasing physical, tangible product.
Right.
So you can't ever go back to the old school way of doing it. But what you can do is you can have your contract, because if you are a mini label like we are, boutique label,
Right.
then hopefully a major will see the activity that we've got, and they'll come and they'll partner with us, okay?
And it's okay to partner.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay,
but
okay.
our percentages on the front end have to be a certain way so that we can partner with a major, okay?
Got you.
And so when I sign anyone, as a lawyer, I'm a professor. I teach entertainment law at the University of Memphis Law School. And so, as such, I break down the contracts for every single person that I sign. I break them down, I explain it to them, and then I encourage them, hey, yes, I'm a lawyer, but I encourage you to go get a lawyer, have them look at it. You know, for the
So
most
you
part,
not-
I know
you
all the
not
lawyers
just,
here.
yo, sign your name here, and you got a shiny car over your shoulder.
No.
And that can be yours. Go ahead and sign. Because,
Yeah,
you know,
no.
those were the tricks they used
Yeah.
to do back in the day.
Yeah,
and
no.
we see a shiny car,
Yes. Yes.
not knowing what we signed.
Yes, no, not at all. First of all, I'm not buying a car. Okay. First of all, let's just put that there so that y'all don't call if you want the car. Okay.
Right.
So I invest in them as an artist. Okay. So I'm gonna invest in studio time. I'm bringing Carlos here, and he's putting out some major music with these folks. Videos. We've got videos out here on YouTube. Stylists. I mean, do you know how much it costs to really? I mean, you've got stylists, makeup, hair, weave.
Nails.
Good Lord Almighty. You know, weave.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, you know. And so, and you know, and I had one artist, I mean, we did what, 4 or 5 videos on this one, you know. And you know, it is what it is. And so that's where I prefer to put the money, because if I invest in you and I teach you to fish, you eat for a lifetime. You see what I'm saying? You eat for a lifetime. You know, but if I just do it for you, and then if I were to give you a big sum of money, okay, what you gonna do with it? What you gonna do with it?
Not going
So
to studio.
let's get the training wheels off here. So then when the major comes and then that money is there, you've now been trained
Right.
on what to do with this money.
That's real.
You understand?
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And the funny thing again, I just heard this new cat. His name was Four Bats. Four Bats. He's out of Dallas.
Okay.
3 songs, 2 minutes each. 10 million streams since November.
Okay.
Drake jumps on the remix, right? To validate the young fella.
Right.
You look at him, he looked like a stone cold killer or a thug. One of those.
Right.
But he's singing in a voice that you would be like, hold up. And what I'm getting at, they were saying, somebody tried to say he was an industry plan and all that, but the way that they said the same thing. They focused on the video, the wardrobe, the branding, imaging, even the cover of the song. they was like it's all put together, and that's what they said the focus was. So what you talking about is it seemed like the same blueprint that they tried to use for this young brother.
Right.
Yeah.
But 10 million streams off 3 songs that's
Wow.
2 minutes each.
Wow.
I'm like, what is the game coming to?
Yeah.
But you see, and you hear stories like that, Carlos, and remember going to the store, picking up the 12-inch and the album.
Yes.
It was a different feeling.
It
So
was.
now it's like I got to look at artwork or an album cover.
Everything
or
is on the
YouTube.
phone.
Yeah, everything is on the phone. It's like the pleasure of picking up the needle and all of that. Do you think that this digital platform is here to stay, or you think with AI coming and AI you making beats and kind of taking some jobs?
Right. Yeah, it is taking jobs, and it's never going to go back to the way it was, right? And technology is wonderful when you use it the correct way,
Correct
right?
way. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Of course, I still love physically touching things and going to old record stores and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
So for me, it's not going anywhere. I still make beats the old way, but with new technology.
Okay.
Right, that's my skill set.
Right.
And I'm always up on technology because technology is going to keep advancing.
Always.
So AI ain't going nowhere. It's going to keep getting better.
Mhm.
Although I choose not to use it to create,
Mhm.
that's just me. But I've seen kids do stuff with it. It's like, oh man, this is wild,
Right.
in terms of, creating samples or compositions.
Mhm.
You can do that and it's fine. But I don't have a problem with it. I welcome it. I just, I want to see us. It's a 50-50 thing with me,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. As long as it's being used in the right,
in the right
way.
way. Yes.
Okay. All right. I want back to you, Carly. It's having saying the idea I want to start a record label. I'm sure it may have been met with, girl, you don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come
Why
on,
you
the
wanna do
music
that?
business and come on, you got one of the dopest restaurants in the city,
Yes.
all of that. But what made you push through? Because I'm sure it was some. Come on now, you don't need to do that.
To be honest with you, no, because I don't really talk about it. I just do it. So I
Let me
don't
go back to
really.
my corner over here.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I hear you,
I don't
I hear
really,
you, I hear you.
I don't really say, oh, I'm gonna do blah 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 blah. I don't talk about it. What I typically do in my time when I have some spare time is I'll put together a business plan. I'll put a portfolio together, and then I'll just put it on the shelf.
Wow.
And then, like
Ooh.
Mahogany, actually,
talk.
Mahogany sat on the shelf for 7-8 years before I pulled it off. Okay, it was supposed to originally be by the Civil Rights Museum, where the barbecue place is. Corky's,
Yeah,
okay? And true story, I went and they had the big warehouse sign up.
Central Barbecue. My bad. my bad.
Central
Right,
Barbecue.
okay,
So
wow.
they had warehouse sign. They had a for rent, for sale, buy it. Prince Mongo owned the land, a blank empty lot next door. So I had a contract on that. I went to you said it's Corky, Central. So I went to the folks and I said, okay, I'm very much interested in the spot, and I kind of explained a little too much about what I wanted to do. The fact that the Civil Rights Museum at that point had 175,000 visitors coming through every year. They come on buses. There they go. They come on buses, but nobody was facing the Civil Rights Museum. Nobody, even to this day, other than that restaurant, nobody is giving any attention to the Civil Rights Museum with all of that traffic coming through there. And they decided to take it off the market and
put
and put
So
the
that
restaurant.
came-
But
so
they
you wouldn't
already
said
owned the
nothing.
building. They
Yeah,
already
they
owned
owned
the
it.
building.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Bluff City was
Give her that
birthed,
mic, give her
because we met the block right behind Central Barbecue as well. So that's a good spot for you. Everywhere you go around there, you get your ideas. She got me putting ideas on the shelf. She said, "What you want to do next? What you want to do?"
Let's go.
I'm like, okay, now I'm at home. Like, okay,
Yes.
let me see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
man, just being in San Antonio for 2.5 years, being progressive. I was telling you, Brother John, Memphis, we talk about so much negativity.
Come on.
The crime, the crime is going to happen. It's in every city across the United States.
That's right.
My thing is, I feel like if we stop as a city talking about the crime, the shooting that's happening every day, and start highlighting some of the positive things that's going on in the city, because it's a lot of positive
That's
things
right.
going on in the city.
That's
a lot
right.
of positive women. It's positive information. Everybody's talking about, well, we don't have this, we don't have that. We have it, but we don't patronize it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't go and support it.
Right.
Just like with Black Restaurant Week.
Starting Sunday.
Yes,
Yes.
Sunday.
Starting
Go
Sunday, ladies and gentlemen.
Support your Black-owned restaurants.
29
Absolutely.
restaurants.
We
Yes,
cried about
yes.
not having no Black restaurants. You got
Yes.
vegan, you got soul
Yes,
food, you
yes.
got tacos, you got
Yes.
you name it. We got it.
Mhm.
Black-owned.
That's right.
Support your own. You know, and that's the only way these places establishments are going to stay alive, if we start to support one another. You
That's
know,
real.
same thing as with any industry. We got so many people. I met a young lady. We looking to do some stuff with tablecloths and everything, and she told me, she said, you know, I'm from Ridgecrest, and she said, because people expect for me to fail, she was like, I work hard, I go hard.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, I'm gonna try you out. You know, that's all I can do.
Okay,
you
but
know?
can you tell the people what Ridgecrest is? The people that may not know Ridgecrest, can you just give them when you say Ridge?
Ridgecrest is an affluent.
I love that. I love that. Yes, an affluent.
Apartment complex.
That's what I'm talking about.
in
Yes.
the Bay, and if you don't know what the Bay is, it's Fraser.
I like that. An
Yes,
affluent.
North Memphis amplified, but we will not talk negative about anything.
That's
in
what I'm
Memphis
talking about. That's
anymore.
what I'm
And
talking
that's why I
about.
love Carly, you know, and you, Brother John, because one thing about y'all, I don't care what's negative, what's going on in the city, y'all always tend to, if it's a problem, okay, what can we do to fix it?
That's right.
You know.
Right. What
so
can we do?
we got a new Black mayor in office. What can we do to fix it?
A new
Yeah.
black superintendent.
We got a new Black superintendent. What can we do to fix it? Don't go hiring y'all friends
Well, hold up.
and
we
cousins.
got a black police chief. We got
all of
a-
that.
Oh.
Well,
2 black mayors.
yeah.
All these black in position.
Y'all ask for these
We're
positions.
the new chocolate city, huh?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We've been there for a minute.
They
Yeah.
ask you, you ask for these positions.
Right.
What can you do
Right.
to help progress and move forward? And the reason I say this because being in San Antonio, it's predominantly Hispanic,
Okay.
and we are the minority
What?
in
What?
San
Wait. We minority?
in San Antonio.
We are the minority. Facts.
Facts.
Beautiful city,
Mm-hmm.
forward thinking, always building, and it is what it is. Schools, programs, you name it. You know, everybody have their little problems or whatever
Right,
it
right,
is,
right.
but it is what it is. Y'all ask for this stuff. Let's get together
Support it.
and support it.
Support it. That's
Yeah.
right. And Cynthia Daniels mentioned, she said, now, even though it's 29 restaurants, y'all may not get to all 29 in 1 week.
Yeah,
That's not saying we got to stop when the
Yeah.
week is over.
absolutely.
Spend the rest of the year
Yes.
going to each and every one of them, to your point, and just support.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't say, oh, they ain't got no vegan options. They ain't got. We quick to say what somebody ain't doing or ain't got. But, I mean, it's a popcorn place on Pop's Kernel on here.
Yeah.
Gourmet popcorn.
But y'all want to
Yeah.
fly all the way to Chicago.
Chicago, right,
Yeah.
come on. We got that it goes back. We got a lot of stuff popping right here in Memphis. And I think, Carly, I wish you nothing but success. And I was joking with Ann. I said, man, tell Carlos I need to get on the beat. I done heard some of our old stuff. And I was like, I might have to, you know, reignite that because
Yes.
Your pen work.
Yes, come on.
but that's what I'm saying. Things come along that
Yes.
may inspire you. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? That
yes.
I hadn't wrote a rhyme in almost 30 years.
Yes.
Come on.
But I know what I did
Yes.
with Carlos years ago.
And this is the time where, listen, it's no age limit. There are no limits nowadays, right? And one of the things we're discussing, because of the attention span of people nowadays, right? We're thinking about doing single deals.
Yes.
You don't have to be in business with us long term. Let's try it out to see if we like each other. We might
Right.
not even like each other.
Right.
So let's do a single and let's put the muscle behind the single and let's go
To
from
push
there.
that. Right.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
So I mean, look like big things gonna be popping over here,
Yeah,
Bluff
let's
City
go.
Records.
Let's go.
So if it's some parents listening or people that are artists, what's the best way to connect? I mean, those that are what you say. You said that has work ethic, or
Yes.
is it a email, or is it a social media site, or
I
y'all
know,
give me some information and I can share it later, or what
Go
y'all
ahead,
what
sis.
can we say?
No, no. Go ahead.
well, I know it's bluffcityrecords.com.
Okay, so
Um,
that's it. That's
it.
it. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's all they need to
Shoot
go
the
to.
email,
Shoot.
yes.
Sign up.
Yeah.
Yes, we've got the sign up sheet there. You can go on Bluff City Records.
Instagram.
Instagram, yes.
Bluff City
And
Records.
you can always reach out to Carlos Brody, who's
I'm on Instagram. At Carlos Brody. Hit me up. Send me a DM. Nice
See,
DM.
that's the language now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Send me a
Send me a
DM.
DM before folks send me DMs before they text me or
Yeah,
call me.
I know.
I mean,
right?
but that's that
Hey,
kind
but
of
that's
world
what
we
it
in.
is, right?
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
adapt.
Yeah.
Some people like, man, I don't want to talk to you. I can. That's access,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So
But
yes,
as much as you do, I reached out that way because I knew you're always doing something related to radio and work. So I said, I know this is a quick way to get in touch.
and it's funny because you know, and Carly can attest to this. I'm sure, Carlos, I know you too. It's never really no off days.
No.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying? Yesterday and today was my off day.
Wow.
Yesterday I was off, but I was working at home. You
At
know how
home,
it is.
yes.
You got work stuff at home.
Yes.
But today, when the person that spoke about money was coming, I said, well, since I'm there, let me go ahead and if I can get another person or two on.
Yes.
The radio is on.
Yeah.
So why not bring positive content to
Right.
Ann's point? And that's why I was so glad that she brought Carly to my attention yesterday. But it's like there's no off day. Like I can't just say I'm off and my mind is not thinking about
Your
new
mind is
music
never
or
off, right.
something. It's because the mind don't stop
It
thinking.
don't stop.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So
No.
it's like, how is it you off? But we working, but
Yes.
it was a good cause, and
Yes.
I thank you again, Angela, for making this happen. But how is there a way for those that love to work and those is passionate about the work?
Yes.
What's our me time, or what's your me time to shut off from the things that we love to do?
Ooh, Lord.
See, we all had the same remark, like,
Yes.
because I'm trying to think when. Unless you go for a drive.
And I think it's important to have an accountability person in your life because even with Carly and just working with her in a short amount of time, I'm like, this lady has been going nonstop since we got here in October. Then she was like, okay, and I need you ready? And I'm like, not really, but okay, what you need? Because I know how she's from sun up to sundown, how this woman is always moving, and she's been such a blessing to other people. Okay, sure, I can step in and help you with that. But I thought about it yesterday. I was like, she need a vacation. Because
It hit you.
yeah,
She need a vacation.
she needs one,
Mhm.
because even the other day, I was helping out at the law firm, and the calls that were coming in, and she come right in. You don't have a moment to eat, but you're eating and you're working. And I was like,
Simultaneously.
yeah, and I'm thinking from October to when has she unplugged? She's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She owns 3 flourishing businesses,
Mm-hmm.
and she needs some time for herself. You got other people pulling on you all day long, so you need an accountability partner. Don't you, love?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that look she gave him, don't
I
you?
know.
Yeah.
How you
Blink,
unplug, man?
blink if you're okay. Listen,
Right.
my unplugging is me making beats. Bro, making beats saved my life.
That's right.
We come up in a time of hustlers and gang banging and all of this, and I stayed in the house making beats because I saw so much around me. That was my safe haven. That's my
Right.
therapy. Just plug,
That's
and
right.
I got a new toy, so I'm in heaven right now.
Right.
But let me say this, bro. The outlet that Carly has made for artists, new artists, old artists, you have a company that you can come put out an album or a single with, right? Do your videos. You also have a venue that you can go perform
Whoa.
your music.
Whoa.
There has never been nothing like that in Memphis that I know of. Whereas you
Whoa.
can, okay, we in the studio today and tomorrow you at Mahogany trying out your new material. So again, when we talk about artists that's willing to work, you got everything that you need. You got a place where you can test your material
Right.
that you just made to see if the audience likes it or not.
Right.
If
if you really about that work,
Yeah,
like you really
yeah.
want to see, you want to be viral.
That's right.
Shoot, you got opportunity.
I think think it's a popularity contest too, because everybody want to be popular.
Yep.
Who following you?
Right.
How many followers you get?
Right.
I don't even like nobody watching me like that. So
Right.
it's weird to me, but that is a new thing. It's a big popularity contest.
That's what it is. That's what and that's why I was saying how you leveraging all this new technology, social media, all this, and
I don't.
And you,
To be honest with you, I
working.
don't.
Right.
I mean, I don't have a Facebook page.
wow,
I really don't.
that says a
Me
lot.
neither.
I don't have a you don't have Facebook?
I don't have
I don't have a
Facebook
Facebook
either.
page. I have Instagram, but the page is private. I have Instagram because my son was like 11 or 12 and he said, "Mommy, I want an Instagram page." And I was like, "What is that?" And so I got Instagram. I said, "Let me see what it is," because I wanted to see what it was.
Right.
And pretty much I just followed him, you know,
Right.
and I think I may have 10 followers. Yeah, so
Right,
I mean,
right.
even my law firm accounts and the
Mhm.
Bluff City accounts, those are run
Right.
by other people.
Right.
I don't have the bandwidth or the attention to give to
that.
That's
that
a boss.
social
that's a real
media.
Boss right there.
Right.
You heard that's a boss, right?
Because I'm like,
Ladies and gentlemen,
even-
did you hear how she said that? Yo, I got other folks, and I don't have the bandwidth. Those that know what the word bandwidth mean in that sentence, in that how she said it, you go ahead and look it up yourself. But that was key how she said
Oh,
that,
baby,
for real.
When I tell you, brother, you don't have time, because working with her closely with her for the last 3 weeks, I ain't had much social time at all. So I'm like, it's not important because you got so much to do. So I mean,
Right.
you got to dot your T's, cross your I's. You're dealing with an attorney, so you got to make sure you ain't
Oh,
dropping
yeah.
the ball or nothing. So she's making me better. So I'm
That's beautiful.
very
That's
appreciative.
And
of that.
it's like a challenge too, because if you
Yeah.
challenge somebody who's been comfortable or
Oh,
used
man.
to a certain
Yeah.
way of moving, and then you say, okay, here, look, we're gonna go over here and do this, then we're gonna do this. And you're like, hold up, I'm chilling, I'm good. But when you start working,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's why they say, if you're down, you feel sad, work. If you're going through something,
Yes.
work. Because you're working in that activity is making you forget, man, he said he loved me. She said he loved me. And I'm just eating it. And it's like, now I get that why they say work, because you motion and moving instead of sitting there pouting and eating. So I like how you said that. the
But
bandwidth.
also, I've been comfortable for a long time. Okay, a long time. I've been a lawyer since 1998. Okay, and have some pretty successful businesses.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to really make everyone around me, help them be better than where I found them. So if you come to me here, I consider it my purpose
Come on.
to help move
Yes.
it from here to here. Okay.
Kim,
Now,
you hear
and
that?
I don't do it.
I hope you're paying attention.
And I don't do it by myself. We do it together. You see what I mean? So
Right.
we do it together. So, but if we're here, I want to move it here. And that is with the folks that are participating at the restaurant.
Right.
Where do you want to be? Where are you trying to go? Whether it's with me or with someone else, tell me where you're trying to go so that I
right.
can help you get there.
right.
You want to be a number one chef? Okay, I'm going to put you on covers of magazines. I'm going to let Commercial Appeal or whatever in whatever
Magazine.
periodical Memphis magazine that comes in that wants to interview me.
Right.
I'm going to let them interview you because
go.
I'm trying to elevate this new group of
Right.
people that are trying to come up. So, and that's with the law firm Princess. Princess, she'll be in Memphis magazine as a super lawyer.
Wow,
So
super lawyer.
a super lawyer,
Dope.
absolutely,
Bad.
absolutely.
Okay.
And Princess has been with me since she was in her second year of law school. And so those are the things that we're trying to do. We're trying to, help our folks go to the next level. Where is it that you want to be in this and in the entertainment industry? And with Brody, okay, what are the next group of producers that want to be
Bingo.
trained by
Right.
this master over here?
Right.
Where
Y'all
are
heard the
those?
word.
Where
She
are
didn't
those
stutter or
kids?
hesitate. She said, trained by the master. Yes, ma'am, I
Yes,
hear you.
yes.
ma'am.
So where are these little young cats, and you know, however old they are, that want to sit at his feet and learn this game here, you know? And so as we're building Bluff City Records, we're also trying to help build an infrastructure to support this label. That infrastructure includes publicists, it includes videographers, it includes stylists, you know, hair people. It includes, you know, the whole gamut of what managers. All of these people are needed to really have a successful industry here.
That's major.
Yeah.
And what we don't need to do is, because one thing Memphis is bad about is you get these people to come and help you be great and be better, and we get the ball and they run with the ball somewhere else. They don't need you in Atlanta. They don't need you in New York. They don't need you in LA. We're trying to create something so that, because one of the complaints used to be they want to be at home. They love to come home.
Yeah.
You know, but don't come home and not be productive.
Right.
You know, what you
Or
coming
talk
home for? Just
bad
to show
about
me
you.
you got your new car, your
Right.
new house.
Come on.
Congratulations.
Yeah, clap for
Somebody-
it. Yeah, you
help
are
somebody
right,
else,
right.
Help somebody else get it. You know,
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
what
That's
it's about, though. You
That-
know, and
that's
once we
exactly
realize that, once we start to support and help each other, we'll get it. It's okay to help somebody because it's enough out there for everybody.
Amen.
Enough. It's
That's
enough.
right.
And I like how you said that, because I said the same thing to the folks here. I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
Yeah,
I said, but while I'm here,
you've done
Yes.
a great
you,
job.
you need
Yeah.
to, you know, you see what I'm doing. If you see me on this AI, like Carlos said, in a good way,
Yeah.
learn that.
Yes.
If you see me talking and meeting with different people, you can sit in on the meeting. I never told nobody no,
Right.
but don't just get caught up in I'm just going to do my everyday thing and not learn, like you said, where you want to go, what you really want to do,
Yeah.
because we got stuff here that can help people, and everything that you said, we got it right here in this building.
That's right.
And
But we
one
just
thing
need a
you
few
do,
good
Brother
people.
John, since you've been here, I don't even think the people know how you and your staff have transformed
Did she say trans?
88.5 from
Did you see how she slowed it down like a iPhone video, right?
How long have you been here, brother?
I've been here since 2014, general manager since 2018.
And when
Nice,
you came in at 18 as a general manager and
20
started transforming
Right?
the facility from the bottom to the top
Yes, ma'am.
to a state-of-the-art facility.
Girl, don't make my left
where
eye
your-
moist now.
Where your
girl.
kids, you know, so that your kids can learn this and grow, and not only kids but the adults, you know, that come here really need to start doing tours,
Yes, ma'am. You right.
You
You
know?
right.
Yeah.
You right. You
so
right.
that they'll see what we have, you
This-
know, and start utilizing it.
And see, and Carly and Carlos, y'all know how it is. When you about to work, you don't stop to
you're
think.
right.
I mean, I appreciate what you said, and I love it, and I thank you for it. But it's sometimes we're so caught up in the work and trying to do things that when you stop to say, well, let me do this, or you know, take the accolades, it's like, yeah, I appreciate it, but man, I got to go back to make this beat, or you know, I got Kanye on the phone, he need a beat by tomorrow, or you got a case you working on, and you're right. Sometimes we do need to stop and smell the roses while we here, because once we gone, you know,
Yes.
coulda, woulda, shoulda, or Carly and John, yeah, they were good people, but it's like we do need to find that.
Right.
I'm thank you for bringing that up to the table, because
Absolutely.
we all looked funny when she said, well, what's the me time looking like?
Yeah, but you know, and that was also really a catalyst for Bluff City, you know, because I'm in the middle of opening up River Terrace, Mahogany River
Right,
Terrace.
right.
But the thing with Bluff City, I was like, you know, the timing is now, because
It's
if
now.
not now, when?
Come on.
You know, when you have a baby and it's got to be birthed, it's like, okay, I need to, this is one of those items that I've got to get done. You know, it's been on the shelf, but I've got to pull it off the shelf because it's going to need an incubation period. So I've got to pull it off the shelf, even though I do simultaneously have this restaurant going. This has to be done. And if not now, when?
That's right.
Listen.
Right.
River Terrace. You remember we used to DJ at the old yacht club, but
He just did.
yeah, bro. So you know,
Oh, it's opulence, it's black excellence,
listen,
Yes.
fine dining.
come on.
Like for real, like that. When I saw that, I was like, yo, it just felt like the Cotton Club or
Right.
something you put your nice hard bottoms
Yes,
on
yes.
and go to. And that was soon as I hit the door.
And that's
I'm like,
us.
wow, that's us.
That's
and
us.
knowing what comes from that, I was telling my husband, I used to work for Beepers Plus when I was about 22 years old. Yeah, baby. And my coworkers and I used to go down there for lunch, and it wasn't for us.
Wow. Wow.
We DJ. We knew that.
Yeah, so it was.
It
But
was-
do you
yeah, it
understand
wasn't
what I'm
for-
saying?
yeah, it wasn't for-
us.
right,
And
right.
what happens is after they stop using that building sat unoccupied for how many years? Carly?
Many years.
For I know
10
over 15
plus
years.
15 years.
I know my son is 26. I know
Yes.
it's been,
Right.
but she has come in and done an excellent job.
Yeah.
And
Excellent
when I
job.
tell you, yeah, Black excellence.
Yeah.
The way she introduced, she said, "I want to show y'all something." And when
Y'all
she-
walk up them back
well,
steps. to
It
go
wasn't
up
even
to
the,
the
it
top.
wasn't even the back steps when we pulled in to Mud Island and she didn't take the right and we went to the left. In my head, I'm like, I know this woman ain't gonna take me to the yacht club, you know,
Wow.
because I knew Mud Island has been ghost for
A long
years,
time.
for a long time, you know. And when she opened the doors to the restaurant, she said, "It's all me." I said, "Look at God." She
Well,
just
that's
cut
beautiful.
up. She cut
Beautiful,
up.
beautiful. Carly, we thank you and we appreciate you and we applaud you. I know it's cliche to say it's Women's International Women's History Month. That's cool, but we need to be lifting up you and others, and like yourself, Carlos.
Appreciate it.
When it's not a specialty month,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? I wanted to put that spin on it for the people that say, well, you just had two men on it, you ain't had no women. Because I get that, you don't have this, you don't have that. So when I'm putting it out there, it's like I don't want it to be, well, it's Black History Month. That's the only time we can talk about X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So much success to you, much success, Carlos and Ann and Los, man. You know I'm ecstatic. I'm super happy, man, and I'm for real, man. This is making me want to get back into the writing.
So
man.
we might have a single from Brother John.
You
coming
might have a
up.
single from Brother
I
John
love it.
because I got
I
a lot
love
to
it.
say.
I
Woo,
know
let's
it.
A lot
go.
to say.
Yes.
I know
Yes.
they said
I got something
some
for you
folks say
too.
they ain't got nothing to say,
Mm.
but yo, I'm 52. I got a
Yes.
whole lot to say.
Yes,
and
On
they
a
need to
lot of
hear it.
topics. Right.
Yes.
So that's why thank you to Bluff City Records.
Yes, they
for
need to hear
inspiring
it.
me, bro.
Yes, sir.
But look, y'all have a great weekend. Thank
Thank
y'all
you,
for
brother.
stopping by, and
Yes,
thank
sir.
y'all
Thank
for
you.
making my day. All right.
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Kavanje, hold on. I gotta thank Kavanje.
There he is.
He said, "Hey John, you want me to come up to help Friday?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I said probably be at 1:00. Then he thought he probably gonna leave at 2, right? I'm like, "Oh, yeah, man, I got three interviews." So I want to shout out Kavanje
Yes.
for making sure these streams go out. But the work that we don't see them,
Yes.
Yes.
but we see them. You know,
That's
we
right.
see the work.
Yes,
You see what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
So we want to make sure we shout you out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm officially off. I'm going back off, and I'm going to go do work from home, but we're going to get back to the music. We are 88.5 FM.
A-Town down.